All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers catch an unexpected break, and it's often been said it's not who you play, but when you play them. And that is so true here. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about teams that are just kind of under the radar. Buccaneers being one of those, right? Not a big market team. Tampa's huge, but you know what I'm saying. It's not New York. It's not Dallas, not LA. So we like focus on those teams just because we've kind of felt that as Detroit Lions fans, people just not really taking you seriously. Buccaneers are really good. Stumbled last week. Really can get back onto it. This is also a picture my daughter drew. Take a look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, here it is. Spencer Rattler. They got two things for you. First and obvious one is Spencer Rattler is going to start at quarterback. So you're getting a backup quarterback. You got to take advantage of these times when the Saints, and it's in division, by the way, too. It's an in-division game where the starting quarterback is going to be out. But the second thing, kind of the less obvious one, is the New Orleans Saints come into the week ranked 7th against the run. So you're thinking, oh dang, they're good. They're good against the run, baby. It's a little bit misleading because the Saints jumped out to big leads in their first 2 games, causing their opponents to essentially abandon the run in the first 2 games. But over the last 3 games where they've lost all 3, they're allowing an average of 133 yards with an alarming 5.1 yards per carry. This is huge. This is not a great run defense. And it's kind of like, man, you kind of catching a break here because the Saints defense was always kind of the thing, right? They were just kind of steady defensively. And then it was always like, can Derek Carr do it? Like, is Alvin Kamara too old? Like, where are we at? But the run defense isn't there. So why is this such a big deal? It's because you can now get Bucky Irving. I think he is the key piece to this. Baker Mayfield's doing great things. You've got the wide receivers. Offensive line has shown that it's improved. And now you've got a guy like Bucky Irving who had a bad game last week. If he can get going, get his confidence back, you're going to need him. You're going to need that two-headed monster going deep into the season and into the playoffs. So you catch a break where you don't have the starting quarterback they're going to face. You've got a Saints team that's not great against the run. And their top 3 linebackers, injuries to their top 3 linebackers haven't helped. Demario Davis missed week 4, and he's slowed since. He hasn't been himself. Pete Werner, Willie Gray, both missed Monday's loss to Kansas City. Gay returned, but Werner is probably not going to play. So you've got injuries. It's like when you play a division opponent and you've got some things to your advantage, you have to win this game. And I think from a bigger picture perspective, it's all about trying to get Bucky Irving back to some confidence because, man, he was like this, right? And then loses a fumble. Ultimately, just that game was just like, oh. So, because here's the thing about this dude. Let me just show you this right here. I think this is perfect. Kind of shows what he's all about. So he's in motion right here. And I just love this play because he kind of has to weave through traffic. It's an unconventional handoff, and it shows his vision, his burst, ultimately his speed as well. And you can kind of see him come back, work across. It's a little messy. Boom, boom, boom. Vision, quickness, power. He's like low to the ground. I mean, he's a good player, and you're going to need him. You look at the Detroit Lions. They've got a two-headed monster at running back and these guys have just, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, this is great. You know, their whole career, it's like they're the guy. And now they're like, oh, actually, you take the ball for this series, then I'll get the next one. Then, you know, it's just, this is great. And they're staying fresh and healthy, and you have a running game late into the season because you're not beating up your running backs. So I think this is a great game, and that would be the best case scenario if you're a Bucs fan. Can we get the victory and get Bucky Irving back with some confidence? Here's another one of him. He reverses here. I know let me go back, kind of miss it. So he's going to come across from the right of your screen on a reverse. And he's just got speed, vision, cut, boom. I don't know if he got in there or not. My point is, you get my point. This guy is really important. If you're a Buccaneers fan, you win this game, you're right back to it's all good. You lose this, and it's like, gee whiz, what are we? Because it's like you go beat the Lions. I mean, just kind of control that entire game against the Detroit Lions at Detroit, and then you lose against the Broncos. It's like, well, okay, that's weird. Then you lose a heartbreaker against the Falcons. Now, if you win this, it's like, look, we're good, right? Broncos, that was a weird one. It's the NFL. Let's roll. Falcons, right down the last second. I mean, what are you going to do? If you win this, then so far your season kind of makes sense. If you lose this game, it's like, what are we fully? I thought we were good. I don't know, because the cruel thing about football is it truly is you are what your record is. Bill Parcells, I think, have said that. And it is. It's just it is. So it's like, no, we're good. We got but you've lost 2 in a row or 3 or whatever, right? So we'll see what they do. Now, one other thing I think that's really important is if you look at Tampa Bay's schedule, this is an interesting. This is a huge game. Let's take a look at it. You've got Saints, and then you've got Ravens. Ravens are a team that you can hang with, or they're going to kill you. You just don't even know. Falcons, again. Chiefs. I mean, these next 4, it's like 49ers, Giants. Thank you. But even the Giants, you never know, right? But one thing we do know for sure, you've got division games, and then outside the division, you've got Chiefs, Ravens, and 49ers. So it's a tough. That's why this is a must win. You just have to win this, because let's assume you lose against the Ravens, Chiefs, and Niners. Just assume that. And you were to lose this week, that's 4 losses. Man. Otherwise, you win this, whatever. You lose those, beat the Falcons, beat the Giants, 500 through this nasty stretch, and keep fighting to see another day. That's what you're hoping for. Let's just look at the rest of the schedule just for fun here. Yeah, okay, Panthers. Oh, look at that. Whew. That's so much better. Oh, my gosh. Look at the difference in those 4 games. Giants, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers. Love it. Love that. Cowboys, fine. Panthers, good. Saints again, and then that's it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is a huge game. Can't wait to see what they do. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.